All right, there isn't too many big things that's going on in the gaming world right now, and so I started thinking about old school games that I think Nintendo should probably remaster for the Switch console. And one of the few games that came to mind was Super Paper Mario, which came out back in 2007 for the Wii console. And this game was actually one that I feel like even though it was successful, it got overshadowed by countless games on the Wii console back in the late 2000s, early teens. And you look at the games that came out on the Wii, like Wii Sports. You had Zelda, Twilight Princess. You had Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. You had countless titles come out for the Wii console back in the late 2000s, early teens. And honestly, I feel like Super Paper Mario was one of those games that deserved to be remastered for a current generation Nintendo game system. Now, the thing is, the plot for this game was pretty unique, especially considering the fact that you had different villains opposed to what you normally saw with the Mario series, with the same formula of basically Peach being the damsel in distress and Bowser being the main villain. Super Paper Mario was different because we had new villains. One of them name was Demento, and the other name was Count Black. And basically, the story was a little bit more in depth in comparison to what you see from the standard Mario game, because I believe in this one they want to basically destroy reality and put the universe in a void. So I think that's way more darker and more devious than, a giant mutant dragon breathing dinosaur, kidnapping a princess and what have you. But, yeah, I'm actually shocked that Nintendo never decided to remake Super Paper Mario. It's quite possible that the demand was never there, and also considering the fact that I guess Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 were way more popular in comparison. But I do think that Super Paper Mario was very underrated. It definitely deserved some type of current generation port for the Nintendo Switch. And it's hard to believe that it's been about 15 years since that game came out, and it's one that a lot of people really don't talk about, especially considering how successful games like Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had been. And honestly, I do feel that Super Paper Mario is a game that it's not. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't even put it in the top 10 in terms of best Mario games of all time, but it's one that's really underrated. It was pretty good for its time. The art style was pretty unique. It was better than the original Paper Mario game, which came out back in 2000 by leaps and bounds, obviously, because you had a more superior game system in the Wii in comparison to the N64. But I do feel that Super Paper Mario is something that Nintendo should definitely consider remastering later down the line, because it's one of those games that deserves more exposure than what it got back in the late 2000s, early teens.